So in this video, I'll be reviewing this printer that is the HP OfficeJet Pro 8125E. I'll share with you the positive side and also the negative side after using this printer for around a week. So let's get started with the good stuff first, and then we'll talk about what should be improved. So the first thing I want to talk about is the print speed. This is a positive side. It's able to print over here. This is the paper output at 10 pages per minute in color and 20 pages per minute in black and white, which is above average. And yeah, many people will appreciate that. When I'm talking about a page, it's something of this nature, not a picture page like this. This will take a lot more time to print, maybe around 6 pages per minute or 5 pages per minute. Still, it's quite a fast printer. And by the way, if you want to get this printer or any other printers that I recommend, check my Amazon links in the description down below. Another positive side is the fact that it can print on both sides of the paper. This is another feature that most people are looking for. Talking about the print quality, this is another positive side. It gives you above average photo quality and also print quality. So it's able to print at 4800 by 1200 dpi, which makes the pictures, everything you print, quite crisp. Now, I know that this printer is capable of printing borderless. I have tried using this feature on my Mac computer, but I was never able to remove these borders. I don't know why, but it's just a feature that is included. Maybe it's my user error. I was never able to fully print borderless, but otherwise a lot of detail, very crisp, and the colors are actually quite accurate for a consumer printer. Don't expect the photo quality of photo printers that you find in different print shops, but for a at-home printer or for a small business, I think the color reproduction is quite okay. Let's go to the next positive. It has two different scanners, a scanner glass and also an automatic document feeder, which is very welcome. It's able to scan up to 35 pages at the same time. So the pages go over here and they will come out over there automatically. The paper input of this printer is located down below. It's a drawer style. It's capable of holding up to 225 sheets of paper, which is a great number. You won't have to refill it often. And finally, the last positive point of this printer is the fact that it's quite easy to use. It has a touchscreen that is adjustable. All the features are clearly shown on the display. Okay, it's almost like a small smartphone. You can go in the menu. Setting up this printer using Wi-Fi took me around 5 to 7 minutes. It's able to print on Mac, PC, smartphones like an iPhone and Android. So you're covered on these aspects. For people that prefer using a USB cable instead of using Wi-Fi, you can go on the back of the printer where you're going to see the USB port over here. Now it has a sticker. It says that it's better to use Wi-Fi instead of the USB cable, but you can rip this out and the port will be located right over there. You can also connect this printer directly to your router, to your internet router, using a cable with the second port over there. These are not features that many people will use at home, but for a small business, this could be interesting. So now let's talk about the negative side. Well, one of them, not a big one, but there's no USB cable included in the box. It has a USB port in the back, as I showed you. Unfortunately, you'll have to get a cable separately. Another downside is the HP app. If you want to use the HP app to print and also to get the scan result from here directly on your phone, iPhone or Android, you'll have to download this app, which I'm not a big fan of. First of all, if you want to use these features, scanning and printing, and by the way, as you see, it just frozen on me. I didn't do it on purpose, it just happened. All right, if you want to scan or print, you'll have to log in into your HP app. It's free to make, but unfortunately, you have to log in to be able to use the app. This is something that other manufacturers like Epson, Canon, which are broader, will not force you to do this. They have their app compatible with their printer, and you simply have to download it, connect the printer, and it works. Over here, HP will ask you to actually log in into an app to track your usage. They also push towards their subscription service where you can subscribe and get your ink delivered at your home for a monthly cost. Unfortunately, again, if you're not a fan of this, when setting up this printer, they will ask you to join many different times, and for many people, after asking once or twice, I think this is enough. Sometimes on my computer, once I have connected this printer on my PC, it asks me 5 times if I want to subscribe to their HP ink subscription service. This is too much. It's pushing a service that not many people need. And in my opinion, it's not adding to the experience of using this printer. It's actually making it a bit annoying. Finally, my last negative point is the ink cartridges. If we lift this cover, this is where the ink cartridges live. As you see, there is one ink cartridge for each color, magenta, cyan, yellow, and one ink cartridge for the black ink. It's a larger black ink cartridge. Now, if you want to replace these cartridges from Amazon at this moment, it will cost you $106 to get replacement ink for the colors and one ink cartridge for the black one. It's an XL, it holds more ink. So these cartridges that cost $106 will be able to print, according to HP, I'm not inventing anything, 315 sheets of color prints. This is quite a number. If you're printing full-size pictures like this, it will not be able to print 300 pages. I guarantee this, maybe 120 pages of color pages like that. So just to give you an example, if you're printing 315 color pages, I don't know how, but let's say you can do it. Well, this means that it will cost you 34 cents to print each page. This is quite a lot. If you're printing 120 pages in color, again, this is more realistic according to me, something like that or like that. I think you can print 120 with this cartridge. If you do this, it will cost you 89 US cents per page printed, which is a lot. If you're choosing a printer that is ink tank base, those are costing a bit more, okay, the printer, but on the long term, it will cost you around 2 to 3 cents to print the same page. So a lot cheaper. So overall, on short term, long term, the ink, when it will be time to replace it, will cost you quite a lot of money. So do I recommend this printer? In my opinion, yes and no. If, let's say you have a small business, you need all the features that this printer gives you, I think it's okay in case you print, let's say, less than 40 pages per month. In that case, you'll replace those ink cartridges, depending what you're printing. If you're printing text documents with some colors, well, you're going to replace them every maybe 3 months, every 4 months, those ink. Of course, the cost of replacing those ink cartridges is quite high, but overall, you know, it could work, especially if you need, again, those features. If you're looking for a home printer, I think there are cheaper options that can give you almost as good results with a bit less feature. Maybe at home you don't need a 35 pages automatic document feeder. Maybe you don't need a paper input of 200 sheets of paper or whatever, 225, I think. If you don't need absolutely these printers, there are better choices at a lower cost. And again, I'll put them in the description down below. Thanks for watching. Comment, tell me if you agree with me, if you disagree, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one.